Today's video is going to be very short. My primary goal is just to forward you information on Son of News website. Well, it's actually Son of New O website that has some compelling information regarding the Charlottesville situation. Now, I covered just briefly my sentiments and thoughts about this in a video a few videos ago, and I'm starting to think I might just start ripping this apart. There is such great information that's presented in here, and this basically comes from a series of videos that this guy is going to be doing, and I haven't corresponded with him really, so I have no affiliation with him whatsoever, but his information is choice. It's factual. It is of live stream information regarding the events that day. Indisputably, you look at this, he doesn't want to affiliate himself with any sort of conspiracy theory or anything like that, because he probably cares to kind of keep some sort of air of a good reputation or something to this nature, but I don't care. I don't really care if people think I'm crazy, so be it. So I will say, no conspiracy theory about it. There was absolutely something going on here that wasn't correct. Okay, you have a van, you have a car, and you have another car. You have people that were obviously in these vehicles. You have documentation of license plates. The CIA, the NSA, or what other alphabet gangs that are out there absolutely have the ability to procure every single text message, every single email, every single picture text sent, every single video taken, everything from that whole radius. I know they can procure it, and I do believe if that's procured, and then you go back and you see who the players are, particularly like this Ford Fisher, who, if you look at his history, allegedly he's been at other events like this. Follow the money. That is the easiest way to find out what's going on. Like these guys, Cantwell, Fisher, what have their bills been for the past 18 to 24 months? What income have they received? Who have they received it for? How valuable is that information? That will tell a tale. That will unravel more information. It's really actually, I think, impossible for people to get away with these false flags as they are. And they're not totally false flags, as in it's not like there wasn't a car, there wasn't a person who was killed or any of this. And, my condolences to those who have lost family and those who have been injured and so forth. This isn't about the feels. This is about what's going on behind the scenes. What's causing this chaos? Who's responsible for this chaos? I find it interesting that McAuliffe, some time ago, there was a pardon given to 4 people for the rape and murder of another military wife. Where are those 4 guys now? I just wonder. I don't know. Where are they? Are they being used as pawns by any chance in any schemes of the deep state? Aren't we done talking about if their deep state exists? I mean, we already know it does. Do you think they just exist just for the shits and giggles of it? No, they exist because they do stuff to undermine other factions of our existence and our government. This Charlottesville episode is just one small tiny part of a whole entire change and shift that's trying to take place right now. You can feel the panic of the other side who lost their foothold on being in charge. That's why this frenzy is upon us, because they've lost control. And the better position they get to put all of us pitted against each other, the more control they'll be able to regain back. What a better way to do this? Not only are you going to be pitting races against one another, but you're going to be pitting political ideologies against one another, and then you're going to be pitting, religion against one another. You're going to be pitting people against one another. Divide them up in as many little pods as you possibly can divide them up. Someone is organizing this. There is a destabilization going on in our country right now, and it is real. And people who just jump in the frying pan willingly, you're part of the problem. You have to stop, pull yourself back. It's okay. I mean, I am not telling anyone not to feel emphatic about whatever it is that you feel emphatic about. I'm not. I think we all have that autonomy to do that. We all have that individual freedom to do that. Okay? And so that's fine to have your convictions, but it's so important to figure out why you have the convictions you have. For those of you out there who just hate President Trump so much, you say he's the Hitler, he's this, he's that, he's a racist. Whose ideas are those, really? Whose ideas are those? Are those really yours? What are they based on, really? All of you out there with your masks over your face, throwing your piss balloons at people, who are you hating? Who do you hate? Why do you hate them? How are you any different? Are you part of the problem? Are you part of the solution? We are all responsible for our own individual actions. But there is something to be said about the organization of chaos. Maybe nobody puts a gun to someone's head, to make them do certain things, to get in a car even, to go take a drive. I'm not so convinced that this driver isn't something likened to the Manchurian Candidate. Obviously. And please note the links in the description box. I know I'm not giving the details for how this conclusion is coming about necessarily. The guy who, the son of New O, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your screen name wrong, is the one who's provided a lot of this factual information. I'm going to continue to follow him. I'm going to continue to see the information he has out. I'm going to continue to read the comments. We all really kind of have to pull together and put it out there, particularly for, his safety too. Can't shut everybody up. There's no doubt in my mind that someone like this guy here, he would have been bumped off like that a long time ago for even putting the information out there. But everybody has it. At some point, too much information can make us confused. It's kind of like almost worse than having not enough information. But we have to ask questions because there are answers to the questions. There's an answer to who owns that van. Yep, there is. There's an answer with a paper trail, I'm pretty sure. And hopefully not a body count to go along with it. So at any rate, this Charlottesville, got to continue to follow up on it. We can't just let that go. As soon as answers start coming out, I believe the mainstream media, in collusion with the shady politics, makes a push in another direction so that everybody can just quit focusing on that, because we can't have everybody kind of figure out the truth now, can we? No, they don't want us to do that. But we have to hold on to that. We can't just let this go. We can't just be like, oh, that's done, let's move on. No, so many things that we're supposed to have moved on from, we just haven't, and we can't, and it is still there because there are no answers that are really being given to the people who deserve the answers. We have to start correcting this. We have to start correcting this. So please look at the links, follow those to the videos that are going to kind of go through a more in-depth view of this Charlottesville event as caught on live stream, and see what you have to say. Look at it, evaluate it. There's a story to be told here, and it's not the one that they're giving us. It's not. Okay, I'm going to leave it with that. I hope everybody has a good week. be safe, and for everyone that is in Texas and in surrounding areas that are dealing with the flood, stay safe. Okay, bye.